Hey everybody, this is a fast-paced guide for the Blue Mage Spellbook on where to find spells and how to use them with any combos. This is page 4. Starting page 4 is Avail of the World. You'll see this just after Leviathan has hit the deck. It's a buff that gives you an auto counter attack. Alpine Draft is a wind damage line. I recommend learning this from the Griffins and the Sea of Clouds in the top right hand island. Protean Wave is a really good spell for soloing. What it is a water damage line away, but with a big knockback. So it could be quite handy. You learn this from Alexander or a Mass Carnival stage. Northerlies is ice damage attack and a cone. It does have additional effects with Dropsy, which you saw in the other videos. You can learn this from the Yeti and Snowcloak or an open world mobs in Coerthus. One of the most favourite spells that you see a lot of people spam is Electrogenesis. It's an AoE splash damage of lightning. And there are actually 4 spells you learn in the Sea of Clouds, and this is one of them. Very easy to get. Kaltstrahl is a physical attack in a cone. You learn it from the first mini-boss, this force in the Fist of the Father. It doesn't have a cast bar. Abyssal Transifxion, to anybody who knows me and see me play, is my favourite spell. You learn it from Hawkman's second boss, Ash. If you blink, you'll miss it, because you literally see these swords go into you and you see it in your log. But it is my favourite. Single target, physical damage with paralysis. Another spell now from the Sea of Clouds is this one. It's a useless spell. You'll probably never use it because it's a sleep spell. But you learn it off these little birds. Eerie Soundwave now. There's a couple of ways to get this. One is Enkidu from the Battle of the Big Keep, where you of course learn Missile. The other one is in Azazel, an open world mob that you can learn it from. What it does is it dispels an enemy's buff. You need this for Mass Carnival stages. Moving on to Pom Cure now, you learn this from Thornmarch. Furyfoot will use this when he or the other Moogle will drop to about 25%. The healing potency is 100, but when you're under Mimicry of Healer, it is 500. So it's a must-needed spell for a healer. Gobskin now, which you learn from 2 mobs inside Alexander the Breath of the Creator. This guy will cast on it. You can see it's got a casting bar. What it does is it puts a barrier around you and your party members. And depending on your mimicry, can do more absorption. Moving on to Magic Hammer. You learn this from either the Mass Carnival or the Great Google Library Hard just before the last boss. Does a little bit of damage and lowers intelligence and mind of the target and gives MP back. Avail is an interesting spell. It works like a reverse of cover, where you choose a party member and you'll be tethered to them, and any damage you take will then go to them. Instead of you taking their damage like cover, they taking your damage. Frog Legs is like Blue Provoke. You stand in the middle of a group of mobs and you use Frog's Legs, and what it'll do is it will match your enmity to whoever is the highest. So the important thing to do is follow up this spell with something that adds enmity. Sonic Boom is one of the other spells that you learned from the zoo, where you learn Flying Frenzy. It spams this a little bit, so you can see it in your log and on the screen. There's no cast bar for it. Handy wind damage from Mass Carnival. And finally, for page 4, we have the Darmel's Whistle ability. You can't stack this with boost, but what it does is a big increase to the next physical spell, 80%. And that's it for page 4. Thank you very much for my fellow FC member who was in the video and a couple of the clips. So thanks for watching, and let's turn to page 5.